Extra crispy.
Forgot to do that the last couple of times, and it's just been like, fuck.
It's just like a nightmare edit. Nightmare.
I think when what was it? I was doing an edit on the last episode where I like stopped the recording for the second episode, and I didn't like do anything to key us back in, and so I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, guys, welcome back to the show. Whatever, here's the thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, welcome back to the show.
Oh man.
It's been a wild few weeks. I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been quite the ride. But hi, I'm Sam, and this is Simon, and here we are once again.
Welcome back.
It's just the two of us this time.
Yeah, it feels lonely in here without Jeff.
Yeah, it's a lot quieter, a lot. I mean, like, just a lot less. There's more space.
Yeah.
Empty.
There's an empty space in our hearts and at our table.
Honestly,
We don't have a whole lot of a topic for this episode.
so we're gonna chat a bit.
Yeah, we're just going to chat. We've had a lot of fun doing that the last few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And so hopefully you guys enjoy that content and stick around. Yeah, but let's get into it.
Yeah. So our topic for today is our worst trait about ourselves. So this one is we're gonna get a little introspective here. We might.
I
cry.
expect to cry on camera.
Yeah, we might cry. But I think as long as we're honest and genuine.
Are we actually going to talk about that topic?
I mean,
is that our actual topic?
I don't mind it.
Okay.
I don't mind it. Like I know what my worst.
What would you say is your biggest weakness?
My biggest weakness?
We're just going to do interview
We're
topics.
doing a job interview.
Yeah.
We should do that.
That would be terrible.
5 likes on the video, and we will do an interview video.
Yeah.
That's an easy one.
What, you, me, Julia, Jen, and your mom?
Well, I won't like the video.
No?
Count me out. I will not like this episode.
Okay, your mom and my mom.
Hey, mom. The mom shout out. The weekly episode. The mom shout out. What would we do without our moms? Probably not
Not be alive.
True.
How was your week, Sam?
My week was all right. It's actually been 2 weeks since we recorded. So we gave ourselves our first week off.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
During this whole thing. We've been going nonstop for like 3 months on this podcast.
Pretty much.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah. I remember when we started, I would because we would record an hour earlier. We would record at 9 instead of at 10.
Mm-hmm.
And so just like shifting to give us that extra hour has been pretty nice. Yeah.
I feel a little bit better. I've been walking a lot. There's this walking challenge at work where we do like this virtual walk around the state, and I've already done the whole walk.
You've walked the entire state?
Yeah. I think the route that they picked. But there's still another month of the competition.
Do it again.
I'm on my way. I'm probably gonna hit 5.
How long was the competition? Was it like
8 weeks?
8 weeks? Okay.
8 weeks.
Oh, so you're halfway through.
Yeah, 8 weeks, 208 miles, I think was the thing.
Okay.
And I did 254 in the first month. So
okay,
the first 4 weeks. So,
but you're not first at your.
I am.
You are.
I'm
okay.
Leading. I'm leading. I think currently, as of this video, I have a 15-mile lead over the second place person.
Okay.
So as soon as we finish recording, I'm gonna head out on like some kind of walk.
Is that why you were like, I should have just walked here?
I should have just walked
here.
Just
showed up disgusting.
I mean, yeah. I maybe one of these episodes I will.
Yeah.
But no, it takes me about. I think it takes me, if I walked it directly here, it would take me about an hour and a half, I think, to get here.
That sounds about right. I've walked from here to like the south end, which is what, 7 miles, 8 miles?
It is 7 miles exactly from my house to Stan's house along the quickest route.
To Stan's house?
In Williston.
Wow.
Yeah, it is the I mapped it just to be sure to see if I could. He said if I wanted to do it, he would just give me a ride home.
Yeah.
But the shout out to Stan for being a nice guy.
I feel like, okay, so who is our most shout outed person on this podcast?
Our moms.
Is it?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe our moms are the most
Specifically
shout-outed
Beth.
person. Yeah.
I think we shouted out Beth like 4 or 5 times.
I mean, we've shouted out the cats. Not exactly, but
No.
we've mentioned the cats. Like,
Yeah.
There's a cat there and there's a cat there.
Oh man.
No, we should go back through and do a shout-out compilation
Yeah.
and just do like a quick little
Every time that we say shout out,
shout-out.
we just
Do you think
tally
you'd be
it
willing
up.
to do it?
yeah, I can do that.
And just isolate that
6
clip.
likes on the video, and I'll do that.
6 likes, that's pushing it.
Yeah.
No, but it's been a good week. It's been a relaxing week. I think overall that week off, last week off was a nice little thing.
Yeah. Saturday was a nice day too,
Yeah, it was.
so it was nice to be able to actually get outside.
We
And
went down to the beach.
nice.
Yeah, we just hung out by the lake and chilled. And
Can't do that right now.
I read a
Blue
book.
blue green algae. Can't do that.
Oh, can you not?
Nope.
Sad.
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't been to the beach in like months.
sad.
Yeah.
So how was your week?
It's good. Jen's not here this week. She's on vacation, spending some time with her parents. So I have been home alone. But we are planning to move in the next month and a half or so. What day is it? The 8th. And so we are still figuring that stuff out. But put in an application for an apartment, which is nice. So you'll be seeing a new set in
A little while.
probably like 7 or 8 episodes. We might honestly record here while we're moving. Just like leave the table and stuff here until we are all set to go. But basically use this as like a studio exclusively instead of studio/office/ I live here.
Yeah, that'll be cool. I
Yeah.
imagine that the next place you'll be able to like sort of set up a dedicated space for it as well.
Yeah. So the thing is, because I'm working from home right now, I need like an office space, and so this is great, but it's kind of inconvenient, you know, because like it's bedroom there and then living room over there, and so if either Jen or I need to like walk in between, we have to walk through the office. So we're looking at 2 bedrooms. There's one that's actually pretty close to your place. That's honestly like what, a mile?
Yeah. No,
So no,
It'd be an
easy to walk.
I could walk it.
Yeah.
I might actually do that walk.
Yeah, because it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty nice. But we're holding out hope for that one. Putting the application Wednesday, I want to say.
Do you know when you'll hear back?
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, because then you can start that process of like,
Yeah.
actually starting to move.
Yeah. Well, like we've been packing stuff up because we know that we wanted to move out of this apartment for a while. It's just a matter of where.
Yeah. And finding a place right now because not a lot of people are moving.
Yeah.
There's not
Exactly.
there's not a lot of vacancies.
Yeah, which is a problem. There are a couple that we saw. There was one. Did I tell you about the one about Scout & Co?
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been pretty
That would've
nice,
been a cool
but those got snatched up pretty quick.
Yeah. There's this cool there's this coffee shop in town.
It's
that-
honestly like a chain.
It's like a local chain.
Yeah,
There's
there's 3 locations.
Yeah,
One of
because-
which is really close to here.
Yeah.
and it's great. And they also do like their own coffee roasting too.
Yeah, they do their own coffee roasting. They do their own ice cream.
Yep.
But there's a location that's right by the lake, and there's apartments in the same building as that one, and it would have a lake view. So that would have been pretty neat if they had
Yeah.
been there. But they're very
They're
very
coveted.
popular. They're very
Yeah.
popular.
And they're not that expensive.
I know that I
For
saw
a
them
2-bedroom,
listed.
it was like
Not bad.
not bad.
Yeah, I saw it listed. It didn't seem that bad.
No.
But still in the higher end of what I could afford. But at the same time, it's like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Like you weigh the quality of life option. It's like,
Yeah.
I get to wake up to that view.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. Like so the one that we're looking at now that we put the application in for, they're new buildings, which is nice. I mean, this apartment was new when we moved in. There's another apartment that was honestly just up the road a little bit. That was new when we moved in. It's all the same company, I guess, that
The parent
builds the buildings. Yeah, it's parent company, but different property management companies. And I mean, we like them a lot. So it's been pretty nice to be able to just have that as a good opportunity But we are trying to decide, assuming that we have the ability to choose, and it's not just like there's one apartment left, we need to grab that one.
Yeah.
Between like a sunset view or a sunrise view.
Yeah.
So that's like the biggest difference. And I think right now we're leaning towards sunset view. I'm definitely more.
Sunsets in this town are beautiful.
Yeah, I mean the other view is a lot more private, like because there's no buildings on that side. But with winter coming up and me continuing to work from home, I'm definitely gonna want to get as much sunlight as possible.
Yeah.
Throughout the day. So having having a view of the sunset at 3:30 in December would be nice.
Yeah. Also, like, I know that's been like on Jen's wish list for a while too, just a sunny apartment. So
Yeah,
and then this one's not bad.
this one's not great at all. This one's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad for
It's
some?
north facing, so
okay. So
yeah,
you don't get much.
no, we don't get a whole lot. We get the occasional like sunset, kind of like sun coming in through the windows over.
You all can't see
in
this,
the living
but
room,
it
but-
seems a lot brighter to me than it does maybe to him. But he also
It's
lives
good,
here.
yeah. It's good ambient light. I think the white walls help a lot with that too, but it's definitely it could be better.
But having that straight up vitamin D, just
Oh yeah,
straight in.
got to get that vitamin D.
But maybe we should get into it. We're like we're a few minutes in.
Like 10 minutes in at this point.
Avoiding talking about our worst traits.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's actually good. I'll go first on this one. That's
All
a good segue for me.
Okay.
I'm really bad about talking about myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Simon and I have been friends for a while. We've been friends for a long time, and we've had our fair share of fights. We've had our fair share of like disagreements and stuff. And
Yeah.
So like weighing in on this one is pretty good. This is have we just entered therapy? Are we doing therapy right now?
Yeah, this is video therapy.
Video therapy. Cool.
You all get to watch. Congratulations.
Yeah, just welcome to our minds. But when you say you're really bad about talking about it, like what do you mean? Like
I mean, just like talking about my emotions and stuff like that. It's not easy.
no,
I mean, like,
it's not easy for
no.
most people.
no, but it's just not something that I want to do like actively. I don't know.
Do you feel like it's like caused problems for you?
Oh, absolutely. It's hard for me to like talk about what I want or like what I don't know what a good way to put this is, but like what is bothering me really. Like it's hard for me to, and you've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Like Sam and I, as he said, like we've had our fair share of disagreements, but you were a communications major for the 2 years that you were in college. And so that's like the one thing that he's always really like enforced is that communication is super important. And I hear that and I recognize that and I don't care because I don't want to I don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's
And that's also kind of a reason that I wanted to initially start like a series like this is because it does kind of force me to fill empty space and just like talk. And usually when I start talking a lot and when I get super comfortable about that.
yeah.
So
No, it's I think one of the coolest things with this whole medium is that it sort of empowers us to just speak our minds.
yeah.
And
And if we say something that we don't want to share,
and it's gone.
it's gone.
Snip snip.
Yep.
And
You guys aren't there. I mean, you are, but
you're there, but you're in the future.
yeah. Future.
Future. No.
No, but yeah.
It's I think what's really important, and obviously we're not qualified to do any kind of like therapy or any kind of like assistance with like mental health, but we can be friends to each other, and I think it's really important to talk about this kind of thing and like recognize it. It's really cool
Oh, yeah.
that you do recognize it, because that means that's like the first step. Like identifying a problem that you see with yourself is the first step to
You can't
solving that problem.
solve a problem if you're in denial about
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
And
No, and I've been this way for a while. Like I don't know where it came from, but like I just don't.
yeah, it's.
I'm very self-reliant, and so it's easy for me to just be like, I'm just gonna fix this on my own.
Exactly. Whereas, like, do you think like letting other people in is like dangerous or like?
I don't know about that. I mean, like I've got a lot of like very close friends, and the more that I kind of get comfortable with talking about myself, the easier it is to share with other people. But
I was like, so I started going to right before COVID happened. I just started going to therapy again. And one of the I have I'm undiagnosed, but like I've got anxiety. Like I'm like,
I feel like everyone in our
I'm-
generation does at some point.
has some anxiety.
It's a spectrum.
Yeah, and so I've had a couple anxiety attacks in the last couple of years. And my therapist at probably my second appointment told me, because I'm a good talker. And I've
Really?
yeah.
Just seeing the amount of edits that I have of you, like just focusing on you because you're talking the entire time. I wanna to stop you there for a second, and tell a quick story about last week. When I was editing it, you mentioned something about, oh, I'm gonna stop talking and let either Simon or Jeff like answer a question, and then I asked Jeff a question right after that, and I think you immediately started talking again. You were just like, I feel like I've been talking for a while. I'm just gonna let like Jeff talk or something, and maybe I'll pull up the clip afterwards. But it was that, and then you immediately went into it.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Sorry, but you were talking about therapy.
I was talking about therapy.
Yeah.
So my therapist told me, cat fight.
Yeah.
Actual.
It'll be nice when we have a separate office that I'll just be able to close them out.
I'm just waiting for the day that one of the cats tackles the camera.
They've done it.
They've done it. Just not when we.
Not when we've been recording. When I was doing like a long exposure or something.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
I think he sees something.
Probably free play.
Yeah. I was talking a lot about my like living situation.
Yeah.
My I've got a really positive living situation. I live with my partner Julia, and I live with my roommates Zach and Jess, and they're all super positive. And my therapist, she told me to focus on the positives and focus on like the good people in my life. And I remember just before that, it like that had triggered a memory of a meme I had seen.
Of a meme
that I'd seen probably about a month before that.
Okay.
That was, it was something like, no, I can't. Why would I tell my male friends that they're beautiful and they're great? Because I am a male and that is weird. And it's like, it's only weird. It's only weird until you keep doing it for a while. It's only weird for a little while.
Yeah. Once you get used to it.
Once you get used to telling your roommates like, that or telling your friends that they're important, and like you start like sending out that positivity to others, like it'll stop feeling weird.
Yeah.
And awkward. And if they accept it, if you find the right people to accept it, then that's also important. That's really key to development.
Yeah. And I'm also not a licensed therapist or anyone to really talk about this. I've never actually been to therapy. I have thought that I probably should. I think everybody should.
I think at the very least you could go just for like a sounding board, a neutral sounding board.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm using this for. But because I've done like vlogs that I've never posted anywhere or whatever. But it's just like a good way to you get a separate person to talk to, even if it's just a robot. No, but like it's super important when you are saying like these other people are important to me, that you also have to recognize within yourself that I'm important to me too. Mm-hmm. And that I think that probably comes pretty easily to you. I mean, you're not like a very egotistical person, but I think that you recognize within yourself that you're a very, I don't know, you have meaning to yourself.
I've struggled with that.
Yeah.
I've struggled with that. Like that's part of the reason I ended up in therapy, or I put myself back into therapy basically. Yeah. It's like I'm talking about it like I'm checking myself into a hospital. It's not. It's outpatient. No. I think this sort of ties into mine. My biggest weakness is my indecisiveness.
Yeah.
Because it leads to, or one of my worst personality trait, I think, is my indecisiveness and my
couldn't even decide which sentence you wanted to go there.
I wanted to go with. Yeah. Because it leads to my anxiety.
Yeah.
And one of the simplest tasks I think that a lot of people can identify with is not knowing what to eat for dinner. And so
I struggled with that last night.
And so you ask the person you're going to be eating dinner with what they want to eat for dinner.
And then they say whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck.
I'm thankful that I'm not a super indecisive person. I think that a lot of the issue that I have, at least, is voicing my opinion, like I said. But I definitely think that being indecisive is probably one of the biggest issues that a lot of people that I know have. And it's tough, especially in the scenario that you were talking about. Because I feel like that happens all the time.
It happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
I thank goodness for Julia. But
Julie is not a very indecisive person.
she's not. She's,
No. Well, she's very outspoken.
she's
very,
she knows what she wants.
Yeah.
She knows what she wants.
and
But
she's really not afraid to tell you that too.
it's true. And which is why I usually and one of the things I feel like I'm going to be outing her a little bit, but like
We can cut it if you want.
yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think she'll care.
Check with her afterwards because it's really her choice.
I don't think she'll care. Is that like she in the past has been a particularly like picky eater. And this is the thing that I was outing her about. Like,
Yeah.
In the past, she's been a particularly picky eater. She's gotten a lot more open to new stuff.
Yeah.
Which basically in the past, the whole I don't know what to eat for dinner, you decide because you're the one who needs to be in the mood for something.
Yeah.
And I'll be okay with anything. That used to not be a problem. And now that she's open to eating anything, because that's
You have too many options.
I have too many options. And so now it's like, do we make chicken sandwiches for dinner, or do we do curry? And it's like it's almost always curry because I make a mean curry, but
Oh man.
but that's like one of the simplest indecisiveness examples that I can come up with that happens weekly, not daily, but weekly. And
Yeah. Well, one thing specifically in that scenario that I've found helps a lot is coming up with a like dinner menu the week before.
Yeah, I
and
mentioned-
like
mentioned
Sundays
that.
is or Sunday or Saturday is like when you come up with your menu, come up with what you need to get at the grocery store, go to the grocery store, only get that, and like maybe like a snack or whatever if you want to, but
Can't go
and then
home without the snackies.
yeah, and then you just that's it.
Yeah.
I did that for a while when I was in my junior year or senior year or whatever, because I was big into meal prepping and like
I remember when you I lived together the first time.
yeah
You tried to do $25 a week.
yep
I think that was the
yeah, which is not a lot apparently. I asking people about that, like they are shocked that you can spend $25 a week and still
you were eating the same stuff every week though.
more or
It was
less. I mean, I had like a handful of things that I would cycle through. But yeah, no, and that comes a lot from high school. We had a class that was like personal education or financial education and stuff like that. And I think I've talked about this before, maybe, but it was essentially like a simulation of each day was like a week or 2 weeks or whatever. And so you had to come up with like what you were going to eat and go grocery shopping and buy all those things off of like the Shaw's website or whatever, that these are the actual prices, and you got like dinged if you went over a certain budget amount.
Huh.
Yeah, no, it was really cool and like definitely taught me a lot about how to
Like budget.
adult. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like calling it adulting, but it's basically what it
It's
was.
become a verb.
Yeah,
No, that's an interesting point, and
Yeah.
like that, I agree. I think that's a good strategy. I don't think it's necessarily something that I've been able to adapt, just because it's hard for us to plan a week out.
yeah. You have to you have to practice it.
You have to commit. You
Yeah.
have to commit to it, and
And a lot of the times we'll like, if we do that, like we'll do that every couple of months. We'll have a couple of weeks where we're like
All right, let's
really into it.
yeah.
But you totally need to be adjustable when it comes to like what night you have something. So it's like, oh, we were going to have burgers on Thursday night, but it's Tuesday and I really want a burger. So
We're gonna have burgers.
we're just gonna
tonight.
swap
We'll
'em.
Swap those 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you have the stuff, it's not a problem.
yeah,
But so that just sort of is dipping our toes in for the indecisiveness thing. The anxiety is one of those things. The self-love, that's another thing that like we could spend a whole episode talking about that.
Oh, yeah.
But I think this is probably a good place to call it for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sort of in like a transitional period with what we're going to be doing for content. We're still, I think, going to be doing some worst stuff.
I love the idea of like talking about that, but it's definitely hard sometimes to fill out like half an hour or an hour's worth of content just chatting about what our worst story is.
Yeah. And giving the last 2 episodes where we talked about our best situations, obviously we
had so much fun with
we
that.
had so much fun with that,
Yeah.
just chatting.
And I know that a lot of that was because Jeff was there, and God, I love that boy so much. Shout out Jeff.
Shout out Jeff. No,
But we're trying to adjust to like what we want to go forward with here, because it's our show. We get to make that choice.
we can do whatever we want. And sometimes we'll want to do the worst.
Yeah.
Because sometimes our guests want to do the worst.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully we have a guest again soon.
yeah,
I know that we're looking for a time that we can work with someone.
we got a couple people we'd like to do some shows with.
Yeah.
So it'd be fun.
Yeah.
But until then,
Thanks for watching.
thanks for watching. Remember, 5 likes and we'll do an interview video. 6 likes and Simon will find every clip.
Where we shout out someone. Yeah.
And subscribe for more content because we got some stuff.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.